Today we're going to answer a question guitarists have been asking for decades. How do I take my boring old stuff
Special belt holster
and turn it into something new and exciting?
The Tommy Burst has automatic bolt action.
As guitarists, we work in a symmetrical world, and what I mean by that is that when you learn scales on the instrument, once you learn it in one place, it's the same exact shape in the next place and the next place. If you learn an A major, you play the same thing. 2 frets up, it's B major. 2 frets down, it's G major. It's not like playing a keyboard where you have to learn all the scales and know what notes you're playing. You can just learn a pattern and it becomes a visual thing. And while that makes it easier to learn kind of quickly and adapt to the instrument and even be the kind of musician who doesn't really know a lot about theory but can play some pretty cool music, what tends to happen is you end up using the same patterns and same tricks over and over, and they become tropes. So I asked the question, what can you do to take those old tropes and same old riffs and make them cool again without having to go through and learn a million different scales and go way out of your way? And what I came up with was what I call the replace one note trick. And that is where you take one note of the old trope that you've been playing and just change it. It doesn't have to be in the key that you're playing in. In fact, sometimes it's cooler if it's not. And you end up with a riff that doesn't require you to learn anything really new. You're already doing it. You're just changing that one little piece of it. And so what I've prepared here is a little backing track in E minor. It's about 30 seconds long, and I'm going to play like a little piece of a solo. We're going to take 3 of the most common tropes that I see and even use myself. And I'm going to play the first couple measures of it. I'll play it the way you always hear it. And then I'll come back and play it again, and I'll play it with the one note replaced. And of course, I'll run some tabs for that one piece that we're talking about along the bottom. Let's get to it. So there you have 3 examples of how to take stuff that you maybe played 100 times and turn it into something new that doesn't sound so darn boring. On the first example there, I took a simple 3-note pull-off pattern and I changed the note B on the 12th fret of the B string to a B flat. So you have the blues note or the flat 5, whatever you want to call it, the diminished note. And it just has a cooler quality to it, I think. It certainly isn't something you've heard a million times when it's played like that. On the second example, I'm doing a pentatonic triplet, like a descending pattern. And for the first part of it, I'm replacing the G on the 15th fret with the G sharp. And on my way down, instead of replacing the G, I replace the A with the G sharp. So that includes the G in it too. So you've got the major third and the minor third right next to each other when I get to the 3rd string in the pattern. And then in the 3rd one, I just took a typical Eddie Van Halen triplet tapping riff, and I took the note D on the 10th fret of the E string and replaced it with a D sharp. So you've got the major 7th there as I'm tapping, or it makes kind of a harmonic minor type of thing. And it has a lilting kind of like outish quality to it. And here you're seeing where I'm not changing anything significant about it. I'm not making anything harder to play. These are all things that I'm already doing, and I'm just making them different enough so that they don't sound so boring. Now, I didn't go through with the guitar and pick apart each riff note by note, because this isn't a riff of the month or that kind of lesson. I more wanted you to get the concept of taking what you play well and riffs that you would consider your own tropes, and how you can just take the one note and change them and therefore bust your own rut. So I'd love to hear what you guys came up with. Send me any links or anything you've got when you're playing around with your own riffs. I always want to hear your stuff. So as always, guys, I hope you get a lot out of it and keep making great music. I'll see you next time. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.